Hey everyone, welcome to my F1 driver ranking pyramid video. So this is about ranking who is the best driver so far in relation to how good their car is, how much experience they have, what were their expectations going into the season. Let's do it. Now we have the drivers that are off the mountain, off the pyramid. We have Bottas, Ricciardo, Gasly, Ocon, Sargent and Zhou. And from right to left, that's how well I think they've done. So Bottas is the worst. Zhou has done the best out of these 6 drivers. As you can see, Gasly and Ocon are both there in the Alpine. I think their car hasn't performed to what they expected would do, and they're really struggling. Neither of them are doing better than any other, which is why they're together. I think similar vibe to Bottas and Zhou, but a bigger gap, meaning I put Zhou significantly ahead of Bottas. Ricciardo's had a dreadful year as well. I think a little bit worse than the Alpines because his teammates done good things last race in that RB car. Logan Sargent hasn't been great, but I will feel a bit sorry for him for having to let up his car in Australia, hence why I put him above the Alpines and Ricciardo and Bottas. Then moving up to the first tier, the first base of the pyramid, we have Hamilton, Albon, Stroll, Russell and Tsunoda. These are the guys I think have done an alright job. They haven't outperformed anyone. They're just bang average. Hamilton has had a rough start to the season so far. Albon as well. I think he was expecting to score some points, either at Jeddah or Australia, both high-speed circuits, and he didn't do so. I think that's going to be really disappointing for the team, who would have thought they might get some lower point scoring positions for one of their drivers, and didn't come off. That's a big disappointment as we head into the European races, where it's a bit tighter and there's more down-speed heavy circuits, where we know the Williams struggles. Stroll, I was tending to put him a bit further up. He's actually done really well this year, apart from that one DNF in Jeddah. Very solid races, really good points scored, just off his teammate, but his teammate is a world champion, so he's done well, personally. I must put him up in the next tier. Russell, I think, has also had a kind of struggle to the start of the season, and Mercedes in general aren't where they want to be. He's a little bit better than his teammate, but that DNF in Australia really dropped him down my rankings. Tsunoda, also I was tempted to put him up, but he's only showed his pace in one race, that being Australia, where he scored a 7th, and then Jeddah and Bahrain, he struggled, especially in Bahrain when he always had that post-race collision with his teammate, kind of pushes them back down to the base of the pyramid. Now moving up to the second tier, the next level up of the pyramid, we have Kevin Magnussen, Oliver Behrman, Alonso and Norris. That's right, Oliver Behrman. Only one race, but no one expected it. No one expected him to get points, and he did. He delivered, was solid, and it was a commendable performance. I almost put him a little bit lower down, but I think any of those drivers on the bottom level haven't shown that they deserve to be above a young rookie. Kevin Magnussen, he gets this level because of his diligent drive with his defending in Jeddah and also a point-scoring drive last weekend in Australia. Everyone thought the Haas were going to be off it this year, dead last, way back, even behind Alpine. They're not. And that's due to great drives by great drivers. Alonso, he ranks here. A lot of people would probably put him up further up, but honestly this year hasn't been one of his best years so far. I think he's been okay, but if you look at the gap between him and Stroll, it's not where it usually is. And that is either because Stroll's done better, or he's done worse. I think he might be a little bit off the pace and feeling his age. Norris as well. He's a world-class driver, everyone loves him. He's got pace, but he's still doing worse than his teammate, who is only on his 2nd year. He doesn't deserve to be any higher up in my opinion. He has scored points in all 3 races though, so he's not on the lower end, but still not in that upper echelon of tier. Now we have the third tier. We get to the top 6 drivers, starting with the 3 from 4th to 6th. Hulkenberg, Perez and Piastri. Now Hulkenberg, 2 point-scoring races in 2 weeks. That's exceptional from the Haas team. I mean, he has a lot to thank for KMA holding the rest of the field, but he has to earn that drive and earn that race, those points in Jeddah, and he did so. Same in Australia, as he consistently put in lap after lap in a tough car to drive, and he got some solid points. Perez, he's actually done really well this year. 2 second places, right where Red Bull needed him to be, quite far ahead of those Ferraris and those second place teams as well in Jeddah and Bahrain, so really impressive there. And also, Fifth isn't too bad considering Max had problems and didn't look on the pace before his car died. Piastri, he's done better than his teammate so far. He's solidly been in the points, getting like 4th 2 weekends in a row. But yeah, really solid drive from the Australian, and honestly, better than his teammate, and honestly better than a lot of these other drivers. He's been great this year, on the pace, every time. Then moving up, the last 2 drivers, we have the 2 Ferraris left and the Red Bull, and we can see it's Leclerc and Verstappen next. Leclerc has been solid. He's been up and around the podium every race, and he's just been great. Personally, I think Verstappen as well, really, really great. But that DNF in Australia cost him, and maybe that's due to him driving the car too hard. I'm not sure, because Perez's car didn't have the same problems. He goes a little bit down on my rankings because we all expect him to be at the top by a mile, and he seems like he's not there this year. And number 1, we have the appendicitis king, Carlos Sainz. Podium in the first race, then a win last weekend in Australia, and he missed out the middle weekend, and everyone thought, oh, he might not even be back for Australia, but he went and won the whole thing. He's shown he's got pace, and it's way faster than Leclerc. He's something special, and I hope he finds a team next year, be that Red Bull, Mercedes, or Aston Martin, or even Kick Sauber. I hope someone picks him up because he needs to stay in F1. Thanks for watching, hope you liked the video, let me know who's at your top of the mountain. Peace.